right now. Allen alone, nearly 400 passing yards, led the league in completions as well, earning AFC Offensive Player of the Week nominees. He also earns the right to be our top quarterback, according to our CBS Sports NFL Power Rankings. Lamar Jackson coming in just behind him. I believe these are Cody Benjamin's quarterback rankings that we're going to go through as well. As you see, Jalen Hurts in at number 3. Back here on our set here at CBS Sports HQ, Haley Sutton alongside Amanda Guerra. We've got our NFL crew, Pete Prisco and Lige Duzable, going through quarterback rankings through the first week of the season. Guys, I want to start with Justin Herbert, who makes his way into both drafted in the same class, but of course, we are just now seeing J.J. McCarthy because he was hurt all of last season. The Bears lost by 3 in this one. Pete, has J.J. McCarthy passed Caleb Williams in your power rankings, in your mind at least?
For this week, he would be ahead of him.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, and by the way, I'm with you on J.J. McCarthy mania. It's a little out of control.
You
like it. Because there was a lot of concern before the season began, I felt like.
I had a lot of concern about him.
Yeah. I think a lot of our folks did.
And I still do, by the way. One quarter does not erase that. He was awful for 3 quarters.
Correct.
The pick 6 was horrendous. And then he seemed to show something in the 4th quarter. Kevin O'Connell made it easy on him. Yep. And that's the biggest difference. He's the guy that can scheme up these plays to make it easy. I'll give him credit. He made a bullet in the middle of the field to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
That is a big-time throw. The throw to Aaron Jones was actually behind him, and he had to make a good catch. That's an easy throw. It's an easy read. You throw it out. It's either incomplete or it's going to be a touchdown, one or the other. And then the run, well-designed play by Kevin O'Connell.
No question.
So I think we have to hold off a little bit on the mania of J.J. McCarthy. You give him credit because he rallied from being in garbage, and that's the one thing you wonder about a young quarterback. Can he come out from underneath it? He did, and I give him all the credit in the world, but I think the J.J. McCarthy hoopla is out of control. But I would take, for this week, I would take McCarthy over Caleb Williams.
You know they named him NFC Offensive Player of the Week?
That's ridiculous.
Did they really?
Right? Yeah, he did. He won
He threw
NFC
over 150 yards. He threw over 150 yards.
I'm with Pete. Like, I love how he handled adversity, but you cannot have him in front of Caleb Williams, even though it's based off of this week because of 1 quarter, because I thought Caleb Williams played significantly better than him the first half. Now, Caleb Williams kind of reverted back to his old ways in regards to holding the football in the second half, and you don't want to see that. But to Pete's point, it was 1 quarter we saw from J.J. McCarthy. We're going to have to see this multiple times. Now, again, I love that the young kid, under that type of pressure, after playing as bad as he did, because you talked about the 1 bullet pass to Justin Jefferson. When you look at the first couple third downs, he was looking at the rush. He wasn't even looking down the field. It was like he was a deer in the headlights. So for him to be able to get himself out of that and handle that adversity and make some big-time throws, and I actually heard Aaron Jones in the interview say something really interesting. I believe it was right after the pick 6. He's in the huddle with the team and said, "Hey, fellas, where else would you guys rather be?" And this is after a guy just threw a pick 6 to extend the lead for the Chicago Bears, which lets you know this kid has a lot of moxie and confidence. So I love that aspect of it, but I just need to see more consistency. It can't just be 1 quarter.
Somebody should have said, well, in a huddle with Sam Darnold. How about that?
Oh, my God. That is diabolical.
I will add, because I did get the NFL's email about him being Offensive Player of the Week, became the first starting quarterback to overcome a 10-point deficit in the 4th quarter in an NFL debut. Also joins Tom Brady as a former Michigan quarterback to win Player of the Week. So he did do some good stuff. So
for sure. In the 4th quarter, for sure.
Yeah, you got to give him credit for that.
How do we feel about the eye black on J.J. McCarthy's?
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
I think he did it at Michigan, so
one thing both those 2 guys have to realize.
Do tell.
Open in college football is not
totally different.
It's totally different in the NFL. You can't hold it until they're wide open like you could in the NFL.
I really thought you were going somewhere else. I thought you were about to go into like a fashion world.
No.
Okay. We got to the football, and I appreciate that.
If you play, I don't care what you come dressed as or what you're wearing on your nails.
All right. Well, let's talk about your favorite quarterback, it seems, lately, Russell Wilson.
The 4th quarter for J.J. McCarthy, or every other drive for Caleb Williams, not the first drive. Which is the quarterback we might see moving forward more likely? J.J. McCarthy 4th quarter, or Caleb Williams outside of the first 15 scripted, Kurt Warner?
Yeah, I mean, let's hope both. But, I will say, I thought Caleb played a really good game for what was available to him. I thought his game, just in terms of the level of difficulty between these 2 guys, his was way harder than JJ's was. But I did love the definitive way that JJ attacked in the 4th quarter. and some of the throws down the field and his comfort level in the pocket. So I still want to see more growth from Caleb. So I'm going to lean towards J.J. McCarthy on this one, that he got settled in. And I just liked his demeanor throughout the game, even though, it wasn't easy and there wasn't a lot available to him early in the game and wasn't making many throws. He kind of hung in there and made some really definitive big-time throws down the stretch.
Okay, and so what do you think are his strong suits? Having watched the tape now, I'm sure you have watched the all 22 of McCarthy. Yeah. What do you think?
I think the first thing is, the mental part of it. I think when you hear people talk about JJ, that's one thing they talked about anyways, is kind of mental toughness. Having that pick six and the struggles early and nothing really going your way, no real throws out there for you, to kind of fight through all that, be down by, 2 scores in the fourth quarter, and not really blink and attack, I think, is probably the biggest thing. There was some speculation too. Heard some people talk that maybe Justin Jefferson was short on that out route that JJ threw to him that turned into a pick six. So maybe it was a mistake by the wide receiver. I don't have anything to verify that, but I use that to say, because the footwork of JJ didn't mesh with the route of the other JJ. Now, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the league that will take that longer footwork on shorter throws, so I don't know that for sure. And we might never know because I'm sure J.J. McCarthy's not going to come out and say it was his fault or, Kevin O'Connell. If it was, it would probably have to come down to Justin Jefferson saying, you know what, I was short on that and I hurt the kid with that. But I don't know if we'll ever know, but, just looking at the footwork to the route. So I'm just throwing that out there because, if that was the case, and so now you're on a big stage, and now you throw a pick six, and now everybody's saying, "Oh, boo, JJ." And if it wasn't even your fault, to kind of have that mental fortitude to bounce back. And I thought his first touchdown pass was a phenomenal throw, a lot of bodies in the middle, and to drive that in there. And maybe even the turning point for me of the whole game was the last throw of the first half that he made. That deep crossing throw. I have no idea why Chicago was playing man-to-man in that situation, but they left man-to-man, and they didn't hesitate. They called the pass play, and he drove that deep over that ended up getting 3 points before the half. And I thought that's when things really turned around for him. But we saw some, really good kind of laser throws. That was something he was good at Michigan, as you know. I thought, he needs to work on his touch a little bit, but he can definitely drive the football. And we saw some really good drive throws in this game. So I believe those kind of throws will also be his strength physically.
I'm going to continue to try to chase improvement. Like I said, congratulations to J.J. McCarthy on the NFC Offensive Player of the Week honor, and looking forward to seeing him build on that. It starts today. It starts with his preparation. Again, I thought he had a great week of preparation that led him into being able to overcome some adversity and help lead us out of a place where we weren't playing very well offensively, and we found a way to get on track there towards the tail end of that football game. Giving you guys an update on some injuries. So I know with Blake Cashman and Ty Chandler, Ty was able to finish the game, but it looks like both of them will miss some time. We're still working through what that looks like roster-wise, but I do plan on both of them returning, but I don't have a real timetable as far as what that looks like from a standpoint of the next few weeks. Jeff Okudah and Andrew Van Ginkel did come out of the game and have been placed into the concussion protocol, so that will be something that to monitor clearly on a short week with both of those players. They're both doing well, but they are indeed in the protocol, and they will, work their way through that here over the next few days, and we'll see where they're at for the football game. Harrison Smith, Christian Darrisaw will both continue to ramp up their work, and it's just there was a game on Monday night, but as we continue to progress forward, they are part of a daily mission of getting back on the field, and both doing very well. And then also Xavier Scott and Elijah Williams will return this week to practice as well. We got some other guys. It was a very physical football game. We got some other guys dealing with some bumps and bruises that may show up on the injury report, but for the most part, wanted to update you guys on those names. And I think we're good there. So turn it over to you guys.
Kevin, when you rewatched the first half, what was your kind of takeaway about why things weren't working and what you can build off of there?
Yeah, I thought there was some sloppiness to how we played, and what I mean by that is really, we talk about all 11 and how many snaps did we actually have all 11 guys just simply doing their job and doing the things that fundamentals and technique, schematically, things they were coached to do, and it was kind of moving around a little bit, and we just weren't on the field enough. We weren't able to sustain any sort of momentum to allow ourselves to stack some plays, and then luckily we were able to get the stop the defense did late in the first half. Murph made a great tackle, and they make the field goal, and then we get Speedy on a explosive to give Will a chance at it. And I thought those 3 points clearly ended up being pretty huge.
Kevin, what was Ty's injury?
Ty's got a knee. It is something that, just speaks to Ty Chandler, not only finishing the game, but being one of the last people to touch the football there on that last kick return when he brought it out to make sure we ate up that 2-minute warning. And Ty is so tough. He's one of those people that you're not surprised when you kind of hear about it in detail the next day of like, this could be something that causes him to miss a little bit of time. That's how tough he is, and he wasn't, coming off the field in any capacity. So we'll get him cleaned up and healthy.